Part 1. It wasn't the kind of neighborhood that made the news. The sidewalks didn't crack loud. The porch lights were always a little dimmer than they should be. And no one asked questions when they saw a woman walking faster, keys gripped like a blade between her fingers. That was Eastchester in Rochester, New York. Not the worst part of town, but definitely the part where cops didn't show up unless they had to. And when they did, they came slow. Simone Wallace lived in Unit 1B of the old duplex on Bleecker Street. Basement level, one window, a flickering smoke detector light that never stopped blinking. Her rent was $625 a month, utilities included, but no working heater. She didn't complain. She knew better than to ask for things twice. Her landlord, Mr. Harmon, said, "You lucky to even have a spot. Ain't no Section 8 openings round here." So she made do. She hung up thermal blankets to trap the heat and worked doubles at the grocery store to save for something better. A studio with real walls, a place where the floor didn't freeze her feet at night. She didn't go out much. Most people thought she was shy, quiet, but people mistake survival for silence all the time. The first knock came on a Thursday night in January, cold enough to see your breath indoors. It was just after 11 p.m. She'd just ended a live stream. Her usual late-night talk where she'd vent about life, read stories, or rant about systemic invisibility. She only had a handful of viewers, mostly women like her, tired, working, surviving. She called them her night crew. That night, the chat was slower than usual, so she logged off early, pulled her bonnet over her head, turned off the light. Then it came. 3 knocks, precise, measured. Not loud, not frantic, just calm. Too calm. She sat up, listened, nothing. She peered out her window. I saw nothing. Heard footsteps fade into snow. She posted it on her story. Someone just knocked. Not expecting anybody. Weird. Nobody replied. 2 nights later, it happened again. This time, there were scratches on her window, like something metal had been dragged across the glass. She turned her phone flashlight on and caught a blur of movement. A coat? Or a shadow? She couldn't tell. She called the non-emergency number, waited 40 minutes for a car to roll by. No knock, no report, just headlights. Officer Daniel Judson was the one who came, mid-40s, gruff, with the kind of smirk that says, "This isn't real to me." He asked if she had a boyfriend, asked if she ever watched too much CSI, said the wind probably blew a tree branch. She showed him the scratch. He nodded, wrote nothing down, told her to keep an eye out, and left. That night, she started recording her room every time she slept. She had no cameras, just her phone propped up on a tissue box. She didn't post them publicly at first. She told her night crew in DMS, "Just in case something happens, I want there to be a record." By mid-February, she had 14 videos. On one, there's breathing. Not hers, heavy, rhythmic, outside the window. Another shows a hand, gloved, just barely reaching into the corner of the frame, then gone. She compiled clips, started uploading them under a burner account. Watch Rochester, tagged local PD. The views were low, maybe 12, maybe 50, but one comment stuck. "You just want attention." If it was real, the cops would care. That one hit differently, because deep down, Simone knew that was the whole point. The cops didn't care, because she didn't matter, not to them. March 2nd, 11:38 p.m. She went live again. She looked tired, not makeup tired, soul tired. Her hoodie was zipped up to her chin, her voice barely above a whisper. "There's someone outside again," she said, the camera shaking in her hand. "I called 911. It's been 26 minutes. No one's come." She pointed the phone toward the window. There, between the blinds, a shadow. Not moving, just standing, watching. A flicker of red light reflected off something metal. The chat finally started buzzing. "Girl, call someone. Get out! Screen record this, now." She tried to steady the camera, but the lights in her room blinked. Once, then again, then black. The stream cut off. When she came back online 15 minutes later, she was crying. "He was inside," she whispered. "I swear someone was in here. The lock was scratched. The closet's open and I never leave it open." Again, she called 911. This time, she demanded a report. Judson came again. She tried to play the clip. He glanced, shrugged, said the file was too blurry, said no forced entry, You probably forgot to lock your door. These old buildings settle. She told him to get out. The chat that night exploded. Her stream had finally caught attention. Hundreds of viewers, comments pouring in. She needs a restraining order. Tag the mayor. This is disgusting. Girl, move out. That place is haunted. But moving costs money, and justice takes more than a viral video, especially when the person watching you wears a badge. It all came to a head on March 8th. It was raining, hard, the kind of rain that drowns cell signals and makes the world feel smaller. She didn't go live that night. She sent a voice note to her coworker Maria instead. Hey, just letting you know I'm okay. I think I'm being followed again. I saw his car, the Charger, same one from before. I wrote the plates this time, just in case. If anything happens, it's Judson. That was the last thing she ever sent. Maria tried to call back. No answer. She waited till morning. Still no response. She called the police. They came 12 hours later. No signs of forced entry, no Simone. Just a faint blood smear on the doorknob. And her phone, cracked, dead, lying face down by the bed. The case was labeled runaway. No AMBER alert. No press conference. Nothing. The landlord cleared out her unit 3 weeks later. Said it was abandoned property. Most of her stuff was trashed. But Maria went back. She found the SD card in Simone's jewelry box, labeled in black ink, "Watch me if I'm gone." It had everything, every knock, every whisper, the reflections, the shadow, the voice. And then, one final video. Simone in the bathroom mirror, tears on her cheeks, her voice was firm. "I'm not crazy. I'm not making this up. If they find this and I'm gone," it was him. It was always him. Judson. Maria took it to the press. At first, no one wanted to run it. Then she leaked it on Reddit. It went viral in a day. The footage was undeniable. And when sleuths online cross-checked police payrolls, they found something even darker. Judson had 3 prior complaints of harassment, 2 dropped, 1 unfounded. Each victim, Black women, alone, unmarried, no priors, no lawyers. One had moved out of state, another filed a restraining order. It expired. Simone was the only one who documented everything. Her live streams weren't just trauma dumps, they were evidence, proof, and the system had ignored every second of it. In April, a civilian hacker recovered deleted files from Simone's old cloud backup. One of them showed Judson's face, reflected in a microwave door, a single frame, eyes, jaw, nameplate. It was him watching her, inside her home. That image changed everything. The department put him on administrative leave. He resigned 2 days later. Then it disappeared. A month passed, then 2. No arrest, no update. Simone's case slipped back into silence until someone uploaded a new video to her old burner channel. It was dated June 5th. No title, no caption, just static. Then a dimly lit hallway. The camera sways slightly, like it's being held low. Then, Judson's voice. "I told you, she talks too much." Then a thud, then silence. When police traced the IP, it led to an abandoned precinct storage room. Inside, an old camcorder. No fingerprints, no blood, just a key. To Unit 1B, and a note. "She's not done yet." They searched the duplex again, found a crawl space behind the water heater. Inside were 3 things: her journal, her second phone, and a list of badge numbers. Not just Judson's, his partner, his supervisor, his union rep. Each one had filed reports that went missing. Each one had signed off on "no threat found." Simone had been tracking them, silently, patiently. The system thought she was scared, but she wasn't hiding. She was building a case. It took another 6 months, but finally, someone listened. A whistleblower inside the department came forward, said Simone's footage had been buried, said Judson was warned 3 times to back off, said higher-ups had other priorities. Now, they were all under investigation. One already stepped down, another had their badge stripped. And Judson? Still missing. But in the last week, 5 officers received packages, each with a flash drive, each with footage, each with a note. She's still watching. So maybe she didn't survive. Maybe justice won't look like a courtroom verdict. But one thing's clear, they tried to silence her. They failed. Because Simone Wallace left more than evidence. She left a blueprint. She turned her trauma into testimony. Her fear turned into fire. Her silence into a signal. And now? Now the whole world is watching. That was the last time they underestimated someone who couldn't afford to speak. To be continued.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe for more Echoed Crime content. Thank you.